Welcome everyone to my new price prediction video presentation for December on Polygon cryptocurrency, a network out here which represents predictability and stability for us, which is something that I'd like to share with you and cover up on the language of the market. So before we get started, the global crypto market cap is increasing again. We do have the fear and greed index sitting at 70 score, which is exactly in the middle of the category. At the same time, it is very important to understand the fact that you're not only bullish when the numbers are in the greedy side or extreme greed side. You can very easily be bullish when you are on the other side, completely on the other side of the field, when we are talking about the anxiety and fear or extreme fear index, right? So this is not really portraying bullishness or bearishness at the end of the day under any circumstances. Before we get into Polygon Network's charts, make sure to follow me on my main YouTube channel. As well, you have the ability to join in my educational program, one-on-one with me. This is a coaching program where I'll take you by hand and transform you into a trader on live conversations with share screen, homework, exercises, and live trading. So it is a pretty comprehensive one. As well, you can join my done-for-you trading, no upfront fees, only only commission from the pure profits made that are paid by you every 7 days. I'm going to talk about those at the end of the video. Let's see what's happening with Polygon, especially that we're getting supported by a very important level, a level which has a context of 200 days moving average, which is this blue line, 50 days moving average, which is that orange line, which is forming a conjunction at the moment with the break of the 50 days above the 200 days. This is exactly what's happening on a market structure, which is also representing a demand area. And on top of that, you have a double bottom from the price action side. So basically, all the conditions of a specific level, of course, of technical analysis, we can be intermediate, we can do advanced technicals, and have a lot more things to consider. But at this stage, as I'm filming on YouTube, for beginners level, to have everyone making sure they understand what's going on, at the same time the informations I'm putting out are useful, is basically a very, very strong conjunction of bullishness. This bullishness right here should basically attack the previous golden pocket in between the two yellow lines right there, which is sitting on 90 cents. So we're looking forward forcing around 13 to 14% movement upwards. If we don't do this, if we don't attack the top and take the liquidity from there, we will have to confirm once again on our demand zone and make sure basically we form a triple bottom pattern in order to consider going upwards without any other stronger retracement. However, when you see how does Polygon retrace, it is never ever a small amount. 26% right there is considerable. So we have printed 93 towards the upside, but 26 has been printed already towards the downside. Altcoin market did decrease much more than what BTC actually performed, and the retracement process has been organic, but here we cannot take a defeat. So what we would look for is basically an attack towards the golden pocket. And once we have attacked the golden pocket, we can slightly form a release between 3 to 4%. That release is going to allow people to get trapped into new shorts, to get trapped into exit out longs and clear up the market orders, which is the perfect momentum to form based on this structure, a higher low somewhere around 80 cents. So you form that basically after you get rejected, and you can continue on an impulse towards 1.15. Why is it important? 1.15 would be a very, very good target, pretty enthusiastic, because this is basically the highest supply level of the structure. We have not broken out of the major downtrending environment resistance line, which is basically holding Polygon under specific pressure. You need to get out of that, which is sitting at the moment somewhere around 130s. So before you speak about 115, 116, 117, supply level, you need to force it out through the 1.05, 1.07, and that would be an amazing point to talk about liquidity wise. The markets would actually take a very, very good long-term picture. We have to deal with levels which have been performing in the past very well from the resistance side. Take a look what has happened right there. So you have basically, triple confirmation of resistance with a very, very clear day after day rejections appearing. Even though the markets have pushed back and forth, they have been stopped at those levels of supply very aggressively. So when there is a prompt and aggressive rejection appearing, is comparable with situations where you have to face an enemy which is uncomparable better than you, and your chances to hate that enemy and win the fight against the opponent are not only minor but like a jackpot, right? So thinking about 1 in a million, like the expectancies for you to be able to cross that, to be able to end up in a winning situation against your opponent. When we talk about such forces, this is basically the scenario at 1.05 on the Polygon. That's why I'm telling you folks, we got to be careful. We got to be careful because the movements towards the upside need time. Buying basically from the tops, buying by chasing the markets, buying. I'm sure there's a lot of the people that have bought here. And if you're asking me, there are only fundamentals on the charts where that they need to chase the pump that is supposed to go back to the all-time high. It will go there, but not today and tomorrow. So if you buy at that point, you're completely putting your resources in an inefficient spot, knowing that the markets are always and always retracing, and they do retrace big during any rally or market cycle that is extreme bullish momentum. They do retrace a lot. So this isn't a moment to be fearful. This isn't a moment to be allowed to be controlled by the greed, which is how the index says. This is most likely portraying that how does people act based on what kind of impulses, which is obviously enough for the traders. But again, we have the market with a bunch of people that refuse to consider education is important and most likely act based on a gambling type of activity that is very, very bad. That's pretty much all Polygon. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoy this, and at the same time, if you think education is important for you and you would like to be part of a one-on-one coaching that is intensive, private with me, and you would like to become a part-time or a full-time trader before the bull market starts, get your weapons ready to take the highest targets and make sure you do it correctly and safely, which is why people enjoy. Now, reach out to me. There is also the ability to have a free conversation with me prior to the call, prior to the coaching, which I can explain you more on a topic. All the resources and links, especially the Calendly call with me, can be found in the description area and the comments area. Along the way, for those of you that follow me and know, no prior fee, only commission from profits made, or a ChatGPT bot trading where we can perform trading for you. That's pretty much all, guys. We'll talk to you soon.